With all due honor and praise to the Most High, we worship thee through the divine image of our wives. Amen. Welcome to the Horseman Law Podcast. This is season 2, episode 7, and we back at it. I've been gone for a couple weeks again, back on the road, but I'm here, and we're gonna chop it up tonight, man. Got a lot of shit to talk about, a lot of shit to get to. World's going crazy. Rejoice though. I mean, as black people in this country, whatever's coming after this has got to be better than this. Period. Whatever's coming after this. This is the fall of Rome. This is the end of Sodom. However you want to look at it, but this shit is a wrap. And whatever's coming after this, it's got to be better for us than what we've been dealing with so far. So, I'm in a good mood about it. I'm looking forward to it. So, sports news. You know what? I'm good on sports news. I'm so disappointed and disgusted with sports right now. And the people, running their mouths. I'm a fan of just being quiet, man. Like, I'm a fan of people just, that's why I like I like dudes like The Rock. I like dudes like, ain't gonna say shit. Just gonna keep doing what they do, make their money, handle their business, and just stay out of the social commentary arena. First rule, do no harm. I can't stand these motherfuckers just constantly running their mouths about people's business, what their opinions are. I'm good on it, man. I'm good on it. I posted some stuff on my personal page about Wiggins and about Kyrie and just throwing support their way for standing their ground. I think, man, this goes back to Muhammad Ali. This goes back to Jim Brown. This goes back to, yesterday, where dudes would just stand their ground. Like, nah, I'm just stand my ground. We gonna stand our ground together. When Ali didn't stand for the induction into the armed services, everybody got together and stood for him and stood with him and said, this is that man's decision. And whatever decision he makes, we're going to stand by him. These cats today, I don't know what this is, man. I don't know what this is. This is like pure buck breaking, a pure public display of buck breaking. My mind is blown. Like grown men, like with the most idiotic arguments you've ever heard of. Oh, well, you take supplements and you take cortisone shots and you don't necessarily know what's in those shots. What? There's a difference between me choosing to take something and you telling me I have to take something. I don't give a damn about what I choose to take. If I choose to take poison and I know it's poison, that's my choice. There's a difference between choosing to take something and you telling me I have to take it in order to make you feel good, in order to make you feel better. I'm going to take something in order to make you feel comfortable. Since when, bro? Since when? There's a thing called HIPAA laws. They just threw all that shit out the window. They making this shit up as they go, period. Fuck it. We just going to change all the rules. We going to change all the laws. Do something about it. And these cats are just bucking their eyes. Oh, hey, yes, sir, boss. Whatever you. No, he say, boss. He said he got to take it, boss. If he got to take it, man, if you don't get the fuck out my face. Is you crazy? He trade him. Get rid of him. What? These are other black men telling white bosses, owners, they should get rid of their slaves. I'm sorry, their players, because they don't want to do what masters say do. They should be ashamed of themselves, man. How you look at your sons, how you look at yourself in the mirror, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do it. And ain't that much money in the world. Now, I ain't saying everybody got to do what they got to do. Everybody got to, make their money, but shut up. You got to do what you got to do to make your money. You got to do what you got to do to feed your family. I salute it, but shut up. What happened to no comment? I have no comment. Well, how you feel about Kyrie and his decision? I have no comment on that, brother. I'm here to talk about basketball. Is there any basketball-related questions we could talk about? Well, what do you choose to do? Whatever I choose to do. I don't know. Whatever I choose to do. It's a personal decision. Period. In the discussion. Now, that's a simple code to follow. That's a simple rule to follow, man. These Negroes who insist on jumping in the line of fire for the dominant society is ridiculous. I call them shoe booties. Yes, that is my term. I use it. I don't care what DL say. He got it from me off Twitter. He can acknowledge that if he want to or not. Shoe booty. That's what they are. See, you wear a shoe booty when you don't want to get whatever environment you're trotting through. You don't want to get it on your shoes. Or when you don't want to track whatever's on your shoes into a clean house. You put on a shoe booty. They are literally putting on these Negro shoe booties to trot through the black community to get them to do whatever they want them to do. And there's a line of Negroes who are lined up, ready to do it. Whatever you say, we with it. Whatever you say. Oh, you just changed that from last week. No problem. Whatever they say must be true. What? No, it don't do that no more. No problem. Whatever they change it to, we with it. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life, man. And I don't want to hear nothing about an activist anymore. Civil rights activism is dead. I don't want to hear about the Sharptons. I don't want to hear about none of them. They're dead. They're done. Any civil rights activists calling themselves an activist are done. All those Negroes who, we got to vote for Biden to live. Without Biden, all you Negroes who shitted on Cube, tried to act like Cube was a sucker, like Cube was talking nonsense, paraded yourselves all through the media, paraded yourselves all through the community, talking about, oh, we got to vote for Biden, vote or die. If Biden's the vote and Trump. You Negroes is done. Street cards pulled. All your community credit shot. I don't care who they are. BLM, toast. You name it. Forget about it. All that civil rights activism, all that we activists and we in the streets doing what? I'll tell you something. Joe Biden just signed a bill, 60-something million, might be billion, 60-something in order to set up refugee communities here in the United States for Afghan refugees. Juxtapose that to a week and some change ago, where you had 10,000 Haitians trying to get into this country that disappeared. I can't get a straight answer. I've been looking through news channels after news channels, reading newspaper after newspaper. I can't find an article with a straight answer to where these people went. And nobody's got nothing to say about it. Now I ain't even talking about the horseback and all that. That's all bullshit. Come on, man. Critical thinking. Come on, stop it. That was a smoke screen for what they was getting ready to do. So while you Negroes and everybody's, oh my God, horses, whips, and all this bullshit, you not even paying attention that they getting ready to disappear 10,000 Haitians. And when they asked them, well, where they go? Well, we sent some to some different countries. We sent some back to Haiti. We sent some here. We sent some there. What? So crazy about it is the civil rights activists, by the time they got on the plane to the time they got to Texas, the Haitians were gone. By the time they got off the plane to where the Haitians were supposed to be, they were bulldozing the area. Gone. Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it. They playing the long game. And I feel like, go ahead, man. I feel like go ahead. Take whatever they want you to take. Do whatever you got to do to make them feel happy, to make them feel comfortable. Because when the lines are drawn, finally, when the lines are drawn, you should be over there. There's a movie called A Time to Kill. This is a movie I'm talking about. This is a movie. All those who have watched this movie understand exactly what I'm talking about. There's a scene in the movie where the sheriff who's being played, damn, I forget that brother's name. The brother that played Rock, I forget his name though. There's a movie where he plays a sheriff and he's got deputies. And one of his deputies is a Klansman when he ain't in uniform. And at the end of the movie, the sheriff says, getting ready to round up all these Klansmen, he looks at him and says, you should be standing over there. You might as well be standing over there. Because whatever we about to do to them, we about to do to you. That's what it's going to come down to. Just go ahead and stand over there with them. Don't need none of that. No, we don't need none of that talk. Just stand right over there with them. Put your kilt on, your skirt, your tennis blouse, whatever it is. Wear that shit over there with them while we get to work. That's where it's at right now. That's where it's at right now. Joe Biden came in the office, and both of them are trash. Biden and Trump. I have no problem saying that. Both are trash. But you traded out somebody who felt like he wanted to compete. See, this is the difference between men like Trump and men like Joe Biden. Trump feels like he's better than you, but he's willing to compete. He's willing to play the game with you. He just feels like he's better at it because they created it. So he'll play with you. Yeah, we'll play the game. I feel like Trump feels like he's better at the game than you are, and he can beat you at the game. Biden don't want to play no game. He wants you off the board. He doesn't want to play with you. He wants you eliminated or subjugated. It's one or two. He ain't trying to compete with you. That's the difference between these two type of people. These two type of mentalities. Pay attention to the words, man. Listen to the words. Listen to what he's saying. The man told civil rights leaders, you ought to be paying attention to the Latinos because they're going to outnumber you and us. What is he saying? We've already decided to get rid of y'all. We good. We know you are no longer needed. You are no longer needed in the community. We good on y'all. We're willing to accept these Latinos. We're willing to accept these Afghans. We're willing to accept them. But you and all the people who are like you, y'all out of here. By any means necessary. Y'all are out of here. Understand the top 1% in this country, the billionaires, became 100,000 millionaires became billionaires, and the billionaires became even bigger billionaires, damn near trillionaires during this pandemic, during this whole situation. This man has decided that he wants the IRS to have the power to tax all accounts over $600. That means all you people who survived on gigs, all you people who survived off, maybe you make arts and crafts, maybe you sell goods, maybe you sell a service, all you people who got over $600 in your account, or you got transfers from Venmo or Cash App, or he wants a piece of that. He wants the IRS to be able to track that. He wants to be able to go into these accounts, or he wants the IRS, which is not even, we can go into IRS and who the fuck they really are. But he wants the IRS to have the power to go in, track these accounts, and tax the pennies that you make, rather than go after the people who have made a significant profit during the pandemic. This is a different type of evil. This is different. And then you want to talk about Trump. Come on, man. Stop. I told y'all a long time ago. I told y'all weeks ago. This is about control, man. This is about control. It ain't about race. It ain't about black or white. It ain't about any of that. Men, women. This is about control. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not really paying attention, come on, man. They setting precedents in law. They're setting precedents in law to get rid of you. To convict a black man of any crime, they have decided evidence is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So yeah, man. let's see if we can get Killa Jay on the line and see if he got something to say. I'm just so fed up. I just can't, I can't make sense of it, man. And it's the shoe booties that are killing me. We get some perspective from the field. Awesome. Okay, we're trying back in about 5 more minutes. Which leads me to my next point. Mr. Benjamin Crump. Now, this is something that to me is a violation on so many levels. And I'm hoping, I don't know this brother personally. I don't know anybody that knows him. So I'm hoping what I saw was illegitimate. But from my knowledge, it is. Class action lawsuits for any private security, for anybody that has a complaint against private security. Class action lawsuits. Now, understand me, the ad that I saw had a brother on it with a hoodie, earrings, watch. So anybody that has any kind of common sense can see that he's advertising to the hip hop community. And he's advertising to artists, black artists. Why? Because we are easy targets, right? The assumption is black artists have security who are not trained, who are unprofessional. And to a lawyer, that's easy pickings, right? Easy pickings. 9 times out of 10, they think that you don't have your credentials, you don't have your licenses, you don't have this, you don't have insurance, you don't have any. So by the time they go to a label and say, hey, we've got 40 people saying that this security did this and this security did that, and we're willing to take it to court, and but we'll shut it down for 100,000. This is extortion. But not only that, the ramifications from it, right? This could possibly deter labels and artists worldwide from hiring black men as security. So what we got to do, man? We're going to have to be smarter. We're going to have to be legit on a whole nother level to avoid this. Because they're setting it up, man. Everything is connected. See, everybody sat back as they did what they did with Cosby, changing the laws, flipping the law, doing all this weirdo shit in order to get that man arrested and locked up. All this non-evidence-based propaganda. That was on purpose. Now, I'm not talking about guilt or innocence. I have no idea. I wasn't there. Same thing with R. Kelly. I'm not talking about guilt or innocence. As far as I'm concerned, he's guilty of all kind of shit. Debaucherous, ridiculously evil shit. But when you tag on racketeering, if you want to know the power of that word, racketeering, when it comes into law, all you have to do is to study the Italians, the mafia in the 80s. All you have to do is study that. All you have to do is study how they handed out 100-year sentences to people they couldn't prove committed a crime. 100-year sentences. right? To induce people to flip, turn state's evidence, make up stories, lie, and then use those stories and use those lies in order to convict these men based on racketeering. Now they've introduced that. They've set a legal precedence in law on a case where how do you prove your innocence? How do you prove your innocence? How do you prove your innocence against allegations that are years old, 10 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, where there is no DNA, where there are no rape kits? You can't. But they would use the precedents, the legal law precedents set by R. Kelly to convict all sorts of men based on allegation alone. And if they're using the statute of racketeering, that means everybody he's with, everybody he's involved with. Now, how does this tie to us? Very simple. You work for a security firm, you work for an organization, you end up in a situation, and a vulture, a lawyer vulture, decides to talk several people into accusing you of harming them. You decide to take it to court. You decide to fight it. Maybe a prosecutor picks it up, decides he's going to charge you based on the information provided. And I say that in quotations, information provided, because it's not evidence. But based on the popularity of your client, based on the newsworthy propaganda, he decides to prosecute you. Then what? All this is tied together. Cool. Cool. I think we got Killa Jay calling. We're gonna get him on. Killa Jay.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, brother?
Oh man, just working. How you doing?
Oh man, I can't complain, dog. It's another Sunday. Sipping on this whiskey, smoking this cigar.
What whiskey you sipping on?
Bullet bourbon. Yeah. I mean, we ain't got no endorsement yet, but whatever kind of whiskey y'all want to send me.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
But first of all, we start to show off. Want to say happy Sunday to all security in America.
Facts.
Listen to me, man. The biggest shout out to Jake. Jake, you are a real good guy, and I appreciate what you did. Thank you so much. And let me say something, Tank. All across America, right? People go to work, they get off. I think it's like 3 to 6 or 4 to 5, whatever. It's happy hour. You know, the co-workers talk. So a lot of times I think that sometimes people get confused that we're chastising. This is a security happy hour. Me and my brother get a chance to sit down, talk, tell our stories, try to help out other people, or, you know, just experiencing our world for an hour, 20 minutes. That's all. Just the Horseman happy hour stuff, you know. Tank
Facts.
smoke, you know.
Facts.
So you got to have a soft, you got to have, you know, we're not trying to assassinate nobody's character. We just men talking like men. That's all.
That's it. That's it.
We ain't racist. Only thing we hate is whack niggas. You know what I'm saying? Not racist at all. So, you know, please don't think that we trying to attack anybody because you might not look like Jay or Tank. We love anybody in this game. We just want people to be real. This is what we do. We sacrifice our life for this shit. So anybody that does this shit, we want niggas to be accountable just like us.
That's right.
That's all.
That's right.
I had a phone call. God told me, yo, man, I had to let a property security guy go. I'm like, what happened, bro? He said, bro, the man fell asleep in the car. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, what time the guy's shift started? He said his shift started at 7. By 8:20, he was asleep. Hold on. I said, so the next question. What did the guy have on? The guy had on a hoodie, and the guy had on a hat. I said, next question. Call the guy. He called the guy on the phone. I said, bro, let me ask you a question. Before you came to work, what did you eat? Man, I had a large deep dish pizza and 10 wings. I said, bro, you ate that and had on a hoodie and a hat, and you were sitting in the car. That's like a warm blanket.
Basically, you had a Snuggie on.
Yeah. I said, bro, you had too many carbs in your body to be sitting down in the car, man. You can't do that. He said, man, I didn't mean to fall asleep. I just sat down and I fell asleep. I said, bro, look, man, I'm going to give you a bit of advice. The next property job you get, before you come to go to work, eat a salad. You know?
See, that's a jewel. That's a jewel.
Yeah, like, but then the guy got mad. I'm like, listen, man, you can't get mad if you fell asleep. That's on you. No one told you to eat Domino's 2 for $10.
Come on. You wasn't ready for work. You wasn't ready for work. You was coming to take a nap.
But then he admitted the night before he went out with his friends and he had a couple shots. He was smoking and drinking. I'm like, bro, listen to me. First of all, it's reality. I'm not saying you should have a personal life, but my friend, you can't go out the night before and get tore the fuck down, then think you're going to work a shift from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., bro. It ain't going to work like that. I mean, I'm sorry, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. It ain't going to work like that, bro. You can't do that.
No.
But Tank, this was been on my mind. I got to voice my opinion on this, right?
Facts.
I was in the gym training, right? Me and the guy was talking. The guy just came home, the 82nd Airborne, right? We were talking. I'm like, bro, look, man. I have to say this to you from the bottom of my heart. How come none of you guys in the military say what the fuck it is? You went to Afghanistan. They had nothing to do with 9/11, okay? You guys were over a war over there. Genocide was committed. You got so many guys fucked up from post-traumatic syndrome, okay? Then you guys, Bush lied to you. Rumsfeld lied, first of all. Then Bush, then Cheney. It was about some oil. It was about some motherfucking poppy. But then you guys say this. All the weapons that were left behind. Bro, when America first went over there and Oliver North trained Osama bin Laden in the early 80s, how many weapons did they leave him with? Talk about that. Like, that's the part I hate about this. You can't keep saying this. That's like if they come into your neighborhood, Tank, and they've been in your neighborhood 25 years. Pretty soon that neighborhood going to be like, we're not taking this shit no more.
Right.
And that's all it is. But then y'all don't tell. See, one thing about this, y'all don't tell the truth. You know Afghanistan had nothing to do with 9/11. You know that. This was so crazy. You look at every history of America, right? It's like this. You guys talk shit about fucking Grenada. You guys were dealing with motherfucking Noriega. How was Noriega George Bush Sr.'s friend? Then all of a sudden he was an enemy. Then you guys talking shit. Saddam in America were cool at one time. You talk shit. Gaddafi in America was cool at one time.
Come on.
Motherfucker, we not stupid. You know American Pablo was cool at one time. Like, come the fuck on, bro. How was everybody y'all deem a threat to us, y'all was cool with? That's like you fuck this bitch, Tank. Tank, you was with that bitch for all them years. Now she your enemy? Like, come on, bro. Like, you're not making no sense to me. I seen you in the pictures with her. That's how this country is. Meanwhile, you niggas will give motherfucking Russia the biggest pass. You motherfuckers will give China the biggest pass when they really the enemy.
Right.
And all these fuckers in Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, y'all not saying what it is, bro. Y'all not being real.
They keeping them secrets.
Yeah.
They keeping them secrets.
Let me tell you something. And this is the funny shit, dog. I keep telling everybody, this is the fucking volunteer military. Then why the fuck is there so many homeless military? Y'all motherfuckers will throw the flag up real quick. Oh, I love this country. Then why are goddamn veterans homeless? I love this country. Then why the fuck can they get up in the motherfucking VA hospital? I love this country. Then why the fuck can they get a VA loan to get a goddamn house? Anybody who went in the military, Tank, can have a VA loan to get a fucking house. That's part of GI. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the GI Bill. Remember, the GI Bill was first happened in 1946. It was passed. The blacks didn't get the GI Bill to 1967, 68. So you see a home.
My father just got his.
Oh, yeah, he can get a house.
Right.
But see, this is the funny shit. That's like, remember this. All that fucking beachfront property, I think it's Huntington Beach, Tank,
California.
All black. Now all of a sudden, their descendants can get that money and property back. See, that's the shit that's supposed to happen in this world. You got to scratch your head like, why ain't this shit happening?
That's right. I mean, it's a cold game, man.
Let me tell you something. Me and the dude got such a deep topic, bro. This was last Monday. You know me, Monday's chest day. I came to show off. I wanted to talk in politics. Like, I think it just blow my mind when it don't make sense to me, man. You guys not being real, bro. Like, there's so much shit y'all pass this on. Then on top of that, you got now all of a sudden, you got people in our business tank. They don't know, should they take a shot because you can't travel? You got these tours coming. Like, this vaccine, you got security thinking, what should I do to take care of my family now? It's the awkward position they putting everybody in.
Right. Like I was just saying earlier in the show, man, you got all these Negroes who are out here running their mouth. If everybody just shut it the fuck up, it's a personal choice. You make the choice, but you keep giving them power because you keep running your mouth, telling them what you're going to do.
Listen to me. I'm going to blow your mind, Tank. You right now can be Tank, but you can't say you a girl or a boy. Right now, you can choose your own sexual preference, but you got to be forced to take a shot. That doesn't make sense.
None. None.
You can choose what sex you are, but you can't. Let me tell you something, man. Like you say, Tank. Everything, you can't keep forcing shit on people, bro. If this was what he wanted to do, let him do that.
Let him do that. That's right.
But see, this Tank quiet as kept. A lot of people then got the vaccine and say they didn't, but they got it.
True.
Like, what my mom used to always say, you can't burn a candle from both ends.
Right. Right. I'm gonna blow your mind even more than that. You telling these players they can't play unless they get jabbed. You ain't say that shit to Magic.
Right.
This nigga played on the court
with AIDS. But what I tell you before, Tank, you never saw a motherfucking campaign for condoms like that. I told you before, man. Listen to me, man. We all know the coronavirus exists. Because right now, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Walgreens, you can go to CVS, you can buy a can of Lysol wipes or spray, and it says kills coronavirus. Matter of fact, you can go to any barbershop, and that shit they spray on the clippers says HIV, coronavirus.
Yep.
So, bro, how is all this stuff out there, but you going to make a motherfucker take a shot that if the virus just came here, bro, right? How is it possible a vaccine is made? That's all I want to know. Where did it make that? How did the vaccine get made that quick? I'm just curious. You can tell me how the vaccine was made that quick, or what's the third shot, a booster? You got my attention. I just want to know how it was made that fast. That's
Come
it.
on.
That's what I'm figuring out.
Come on. They made it because they made the virus in the first place, but that's neither here nor there.
See, but you say, bro, somebody somewhere make it make sense. Everybody can let me tell you something. Everybody in this country got on the same page for 48 hours. All this shit. Watch how much shit wouldn't go down no more.
Come on. Now that's the realest thing right there. That's the realest thing right there. Even on a smaller level, even if everybody in the NBA got on the same page, they would fold so quick.
Come on.
Whatever y'all want to do. Whatever y'all want to do.
Hank, let me tell you something. I've always told you this. And this guy was the gatekeeper. Had LeBron James said, I do not want to play for the fucking Heat. I have sons. They wear hoodies. I don't feel safe. They drink tea. They eat Skittles.
Zimmerman would have been out of here.
George Zimmerman would have been fucking convicted. Trust me. I'm not gonna play this year. Even Dwayne Brown. I apologize. Dwayne Wade. I have a child. He's whatever he is. I don't feel safe. Watch how fast he got locked up. But they don't.
Nope. They fold immediately.
Listen to me, Tank. telling people this, right? This is the only place. Right now, if you have a game bred dog, I'm talking about you got a game bred doggo, right? You bred her to a presser. And she got 6 ticks, but she birthed 8 puppies. Okay? The strongest puppy's gonna get the tick. The weakest gonna die. This is the only situation, Tank, in the human race we let the weak eat. We're the only animals that let the weak eat. You could have a baboon, a cheetah, a goddamn gazelle. Only the strong eat and live.
Mm-hmm.
The humans are the only animals that let the weak eat.
Facts.
We're the only animals that let the fucking prey run the motherfucking predators. It don't make no sense where they go.
Yeah,
right
crazy.
now, you and me get locked up and go to general population Leavenworth. If you look scared, they gonna be on your goddamn head.
It's a wrap.
This is the only situation where I always shake my head like, how is this possible? How is he talking to us because he sell records, or he was in a movie, or he scored a touchdown? Any other place that don't go down?
Only place where the punks run the yard.
Yeah.
Only place where the punk run the yard.
This is what I tell everybody. Donald Trump couldn't beat off his zipper, but you taking advice from him on being a warrior?
Crazy.
Look at Johnny. This nigga, it's nothing about him that says, did you take advice from him? These are the warriors y'all listening to that got put the bat in your pack to run to a building?
Crazy.
Come on, bro. Or what's the white man looking like he's dying? Steve Bannon. How are these people, how are these old, decrepit men telling these young, grown men what to do? And they doing it.
It's crazy.
How you a shot caller, but you can't even be in the trenches?
Come on.
Now, if you're going to follow somebody, how you following somebody that can't even do a push-up, can't even spell push-up, don't even know what a push-up is, but he's telling you to go to battle? That's why I don't understand these people, man.
Worse than that, how you gonna follow somebody who's scared of their own shadow?
Yeah. And I'm not. This is the crazy part, Tank. This is when if you really break down the structure, they say all these different like Antifa or whatever, the Proud Boys. What are they? Put it this way, right? Every gang in this country, Tank, you notice they go to war with somebody. You have never seen no motherfucking niggers from Hoover run to a Boy Scout convention and beat the Boy Scouts up. You've never seen that. You've never seen what the Avalon Crips fight the Brownies or the Girl Scouts. When them gangs collide, it's usually with people that have rival force. How is it you talking about you the Proud Boys, but you beating them motherfuckers that don't even resist back to you? What are you proud about? How did you do the march? This is what I tell everybody. The march in Charlottesville, Virginia, what did you accomplish really? Because there was no wrath. Why you ain't go somewhere with equal resistance?
Right.
You could have took that march and went down to Baltimore City, they'd have put you in your head. You could have took that march with certain parts of California, they'd have put you in your head. You could have took that march with certain parts of motherfucking Louisiana, they'd have put you in your head. Don't go somewhere where it's easy.
Mm-hmm. Soft targets.
Yeah. That's like you and me going to motherfucking Taco Bell. We're vegans. Fuck you guys. And no one says nothing to us. That's not really protesting. That's just two angry men yelling.
No, it's getting there though. It's about to be there though.
But I did see a good thing, Tank. Like they showed I don't know what name of tour is, dog. It was Ross, Jeezy, 2 Chainz, Bootsy, and like I'm glad to see all the tours come back around, man, because people need to eat, man.
Got to.
People really eat.
Got to.
It's fabulous. I hope that tour does good, man.
Yeah. No, that was a good tour, man. Cube is on tour. I mean, everybody's on tour, man. It's a good thing. It's a blessed thing.
I heard the Baby and Derek tour is doing good. I'm proud. That's a good situation,
Yeah.
I hope all them brothers keep working, man, because everybody's got to eat, man.
Gotta eat, man. And stand your ground, man. Go out here and be proud to use black men as security, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see more artists proud to use their brothers as their protectors.
I'm going to say this real. I'm proud to see any real security worker. He could be purple. As long as he's real, let him work.
As long as he's good at it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Any man that's good at his craft, please work, brother. Even if you got a female security, please let her work. Because pandemic hurt a lot of people's pockets, man. People got kids. I just hope that this is what I say for all these guys that have security. When the pandemic came, if the guy you work for didn't provide a financial income for you or hire you as private security, I'm hoping that right now in this business that the guy you work for now is able to help you guys get back on your feet.
Nah, man, we're in a blessed situation, man, and I thank
Yeah.
God every day. We got clients like we got. Everybody don't have that.
And this is another thing. Listen to me. You guys that are working for people, and if people want to come to you and talk about a show or after party, and they want so and so's number, do not be afraid to charge them for that number.
Come
Let
on.
me tell you something.
Come on.
Listen, free numbers don't get you anything at all. You can't. Okay, it ain't like it no more. Yo, my cousin works at Def Jam. I'm gonna hook you up with Little Weezy's phone number, bro. Don't do that.
No.
I'm gonna tell you. You remember this, Tank? Lil Wayne had the illest lawyer, that dude Ron. Ron, if you wanted to talk to anybody in Cash Money, you had to pay Ron, and that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
That's a legit hustle. If somebody wants a number and you can get the number, you better get some bread off that.
Introductions.
And can't nobody get mad at that.
Introductions cost money.
Oh, it costs exactly.
Introductions cost money. I'm not introducing nobody to nobody without bread.
I can promise you this, Tank. You weren't going to meet El Chapo and get 65 T's and somebody wouldn't get broke off with fucking bread.
Come on.
So make it in the music business same way.
Yep.
You know that.
Yep. Now that's just being real. That goes for cats. That goes for cats in the DM. That goes for cats in the DM.
Listen, you're not gonna meet nobody from the Medellin cartel. Oh yeah, and get 1 million keys and not think you got to pay a middleman. So you're not gonna get this number to so and so and don't think you got to chip me off with something.
Come on.
You're insane.
Come on, man.
I can't make your hustle prosper and mine dwindle. Where they do that at?
Now I hope a lot of y'all paying attention, man, because there's a lot of cats on the Horseman fan page and the DM that want jobs. They want mentorship. You can't expect nothing for free, man. You can't expect nothing for free.
Let me tell you something. Situation just happened. The guy wanted a number, right? I told my man, listen to me. Before you give him that number, you need to, okay, this number is going to cost. So let him know before you get it, this is what it costs. If you can't afford to pay for the number, then my man, do it the best way you can. Because over here, nothing's free, bro. It's a business. Because I've never in my life come on, Tank. You know this for a fact. We ain't got a car or a truck for free. Yo, man, we know what the guy, he told us, the salesman said you hook us up.
No. Never in life. Never in life, dog. So it's a lot of cats that's looking for a freebie.
Yeah.
This knowledge is what you're gonna get for free. Listen to these podcasts, listen to these conversations. That's all the free you're gonna get.
Because at the end of the day, in this business, whether you work for this type of artist, that type of artist, if you have a chance in your security, right, or if you are in an entourage and there's a chance for you to prosper, then you do what you got to do. If somebody wants somebody wants your man to come do a walkthrough and they gonna pay you, and then you gonna break your man off the money to do the walkthrough, then get your money. You'd be crazy not to.
Yeah.
If a walkthrough is 90,000, then you better tell 105. Give your man his money, you get yours.
Yeah.
Everybody.
See, now what you're saying is powerful, because you got a lot of cats in the business who are expecting something from their clients. They're expecting something extra from your clients. No, don't get the money from your clients. Get what you owed. But if you want to make bread, you're going to have to use your own mind and your own access.
If they want your client to do a walkthrough or do 2 songs, and you got a type of relationship with your client, and you tell them the prices, whatever, 80,000, 60, whatever it is, make sure you put an extra 10 on there for you. Let your boss get his number, and you get your number. Everybody wins. And if your client, like you say, is really your client, he should have no problem with you eating like that.
That's right.
Because you're not getting nothing from nobody. It's a goddamn club. It's a walkthrough. After Tank, you notice after every concert, on tour, you have 6 different ways to get paid. If somebody wants your boss to do a 15-minute walkthrough, this is what it's going to be. Give my boss his number, this is my number, and let's live happy ever after. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Every time. Every
Or
time.
if you got a situation where you got one of these young up-and-coming artists, he might want to get your boss to give him a shout-out. Cool. Break your boss off with some bread, bro. This is how much it's going to cost.
That's it.
If people start respecting what the hustle is, this thing is going to be much better. You know that.
Yep. See, that's
Hold on. We don't say names all the time, but listen to me. There was a guy. He played for the fucking Dodgers. His name was the fuck was his name, Tank? Number 74.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, bro. This man right here, and I wish to God, me and Tank land in L.A. just say 506, right?
Mm-hmm.
We met the man. What was his name? Jennison or whatever the fuck name is.
Yeah.
The nigga flew Tank in. We landed at say 506, checked in the hotel. 8 o'clock we met the man. At 9 o'clock the man took us to the studio. We recovered the situation for the guy. The man gave me and Tank, we recovered, I think, 50 for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 50. Out of 50, this man gave me and Tank 40, 20 apiece.
Yep.
Gave us 20 apiece.
Facts.
And I promise you, me and Tank didn't work for no more than, I'll be honest with you, the thing might have been 17 minutes.
Facts. That's all it took.
We recovered 50 for him because he had. You see that? Yes. Okay, right here. We recovered 50 for him, and we gave him the 50. He got the 50. He looked at me and Tank. He said, "I'm gonna take this for me and give y'all this." And I promise you, I didn't really know what he was giving us. I didn't look at it.
No.
He took the Tank back to the hotel. Once they got the Tank back to the hotel, I opened the bag up, and this is the real talk. That's Tank so much, my brother. I gave him 20. I didn't walk with your Tank. You only gave us 1,000. Because I know we Tank. You know, a lot of people probably have been like, "Oh, Tank, yo, bro, you only gave me 500."
Yeah.
I gave Tank that, so I got 20. I remember Tank's face like, "Did you just give me 20,000?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
Mm-hmm. And we did the right thing. We took care of Twin.
Yep, we took your gave 20 cut back.
Yep.
And then made the right thing. We ate the biggest steak in California. Got
Facts. Now that's honorable. That's an honorable move, man. People don't understand the honor in that, man.
That's his name. His name is Killa Jennison or something like that. I can't think of the nigga's name, but bro, thank you, bro.
Nah, that's a good brother, man. That was a good dude because I realized, me and you both realized, it wasn't about the money.
Yeah.
It was about the principle. Yeah. Somebody tried to beat this brother. For a large amount of money, and we was able to rectify that. It's the principle.
And we got to give your man a shout out, dog, because your man really made it work. Your man, I got to be real. Your man Snoop is a good dude.
Facts.
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 Just don't kill him. Just don't kill him in this room. Snoop is a good dude, man. I just want to say listen, me and Tank did a lot of security, bro. In 17 minutes, we walked away like that, bro.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
We split it both 50-50. It was love.
Yeah, it was love.
Like, example, what was it, Tank? Me and Tank was in Dubai.
Yeah. Same thing.
Gave me and Tank both 10 racks.
That's right.
That day. Yeah.
That's right. Bless it, man. That's all over the world. That's what, France, Africa?
Tank, I'm gonna tell you the only time me and Tank did this job, right? The nigga paid me and Tank 4,000 in 50s and 10s. So we both got 4,000 right? And I'm like, hold the fuck up. I said, Tank, this nigga just paid you and me in 4,000 in 50s and 10s. I'm like, you count the money? Tank's like, yeah, I count the money. And I wanted to say to the guy, bro, why you only got 50? The crazy part, right? I gave the money. I went to the bank. The woman looked at me, and I looked at her. I said, yeah, it's all real. She said, I just want to ask you a question. I ain't never seen nobody have $4,000 in the 10. I said, miss, you and me both. My brother had the money. And then funny, remember, Tank, this shit was, bro, we're not going to say what the boy did.
Right,
the
right.
money was already rubber band up.
Already rubber band, and the money was moist.
It was mixed. I remember I was on stage when you shook my hand. I was like, about 100. Let me tell you something. That right there, bro. Even though I learned a valuable lesson about Chuck Taylors in the ring, that was a great weekend for us, bro.
Nah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah. But see, Tank, that's how it's supposed to be, dog. Like, we supposed to get that. We supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? When you out here doing these hustles, you and your man supposed to get this money together and laugh. You know?
Facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's only from being honorable, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of brothers in the game, man, and it's sad to see, man. But it's a lot of brothers cutting each other's throats out here.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of brothers cutting each other's throats.
We just gave some example, dog. That's $48,000. You could have easily went away and been like, "Yo, Jay, look, man, out of the 4,000, he only gave me 500.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me 1,500. You could have easily, I could have easily like, yo, Tank, man, here's 5,000, bro. But no, we don't do that.
No.
That's gotta be, man. And then we laugh about it.
That's right. That's right. And trust me, see, we're able to do that because we done face down all these artists. We ain't gonna say no names, but we done face down these artists that try to come between us.
Yeah.
We done faced artists that try to play us off each other. Let me play one against the other and try that shit, and they all got smashed.
Come on. You know how that's what be the beauty of all this stuff. I tell anybody, look, man, if you're in this game, right? I don't know. Okay, I say who we see? Okay, Post Malone, he got what? He got 4-3. Little Baby, he got 3. I think what's the boy's name? Little Uzi Vert, he got 4.
We got 4, yeah.
If you're able to have that 3 to 4 team of security, your crew with you, that's the greatest thing. Because a lot of artists remember this, dog. Like for first of all, Tank, I can say this: we were the first ones that actually had the 8 and 7.
Come on, man!
Detail.
You was the godfather. You was the godfather of the 8-man detail.
Yeah, because it didn't exist like that. Artists weren't paying for 8 guys.
No.
You know, I had to put that mission together good, dog.
Yeah.
So everybody could have a team. They weren't doing it. That's why when you see guys like Little Baby or Uzi Vert or we say Post Malone, I don't know if it's an everyday situation with Travis Scott, but even Travis Scott sometimes had 4. When
right.
You can have your team of 4 guys, that's beautiful, man, because a lot of artists don't get that. You need to really move your package like that, man.
Right. That's right. That's right. I mean, we set the tone, man, moving with Birdman on 8-man, 7-man teams.
Boy, it was 7 of us.
Come on, man. Coming through a concert venue backstage, man.
With 50, it was fucking 6 of us. That's how you post. This is why I will never understand. I will never even Yellow Man. It was sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6.
Well, we had 6. We had 6 on major events.
Yeah, you got to have that look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand artist management. Why wouldn't you want your man to have that look? Because it sets off authority, and if you want tour, you can maneuver so many different ways with 4 to 6-man detail.
Think about it. You got venues holding 10,000 plus people. And you got one man. It makes no sense to have 2 guys. You have to have at least 5 guys.
You got to.
You have to.
You got to think, right? First of all, you know this. Somebody's got to do this dance. Then after this on concert, you know everybody's going to do it. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm just so shocked right now because the pandemic, all these clubs open up with these tours. It hasn't been more drama going on, but a lot of these tours have been auditorium runs.
Mm-hmm.
When everything opens up, we're gonna see what it really be. Because you got to remember, dog, you have to move like that. I would never understand any artist right now that's making money. You need to have, you're doing yourself a disjustice by not having at the minimum 3, the maximum 6 detail right now.
Come on.
Shouldn't your manager tell you how to move? Because we're not saying you need to have 6 guys around you, but your perimeter should be controlled all the time. And sometimes 6 is that magic number, 5 is that magic number.
No, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like I said, you can't tell me the clients that we had didn't feel like God walking that backstage, man, because we were invincible. We were invincible, and we controlled every entry, every exit, every stage entrance. See, we didn't have a lot of that. See, a lot of cats that are having to throw people off stage and snatch people off stage, you would have to get past 1 or 2 of us to even make it to the stage.
See, like you say, take a lot of times too in this business, these artists that aren't traveling like with these, you know what I'm saying, number of people, and plus a lot of times, maybe now, even though entourage might be cut down, because if you got a 5-man security detail and a 30-man entourage, you got an army.
Yeah, facts.
You're going to swallow everything up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, it won't be like that no more, man.
No, and they out there slipping.
Yeah.
And they out there slipping. That's just the reality of it, man.
Like, before we used to come through, they weren't really, they come through, don't frisk them. Now, we go places, they frisking everybody, they searching the cars. I had to tell somebody to take something, man. I'm not saying what I didn't see Beyonce do, but I know for a fact that time that we went to Coachella, we were the only team that pulled up in their trucks,
Come on,
going to our compound, and everybody was heavy, and you showed the world you was heavy walking around with that 1911
arm cannon,
like, on you.
On
I
me.
didn't see anybody do that. So a lot of times people, when they do stuff like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you even talking to this guy? If this is our compound, we're supposed to be able to drive up in here.
Now,
shout out to Gary, the venue guy we had. Listen, we're not talking to nobody. The venue, our venue guy got our wristbands. He already told the people at the property, these 5 trucks pulling up in here. We don't need nobody back here. We got our own security. That's how it's supposed to be.
see,
if you get the guy, you got your venue security, he's still politicking. By the time you get there, or he ain't got the wristbands together, let him go.
See, and this is what they don't know. This is what you don't know. Every time you saw me move like that, I had already talked to the sheriffs.
Yeah.
I had already talked to the watch commanders. I had already talked to the police on staff before the show even started. So they know who I was and they know how I was moving. A lot of you cats ain't doing your research and you're not doing your homework before you start moving. And then you wonder why I get to move the way I move.
Listen, you remember, I never forget. Remember Dave? Every time Dave came on the road, his dad, what was that website called? Not strap.com. It was his website, right?
Mm-hmm.
It showed where you could pull, where you can carry your gun in every fucking state, right?
Yep.
Dave's dad would print him out where you carry his gun, the local magistrate's phone number or commissioner's phone number, like, you know what I'm saying, it was on file, like you say, the sheriff or the chief. Dave's dad made sure his son, when his son traveled with us with Birdman, he had every state we was going to, paperwork, you know what I'm saying, contact numbers, or who to talk to, who to call. And that was your dad doing that for his son. Mm-hmm. His son was an armed guard for Birdman Nikki. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
And so you say, you know what would be so crazy, Tank? A lot of times when people see, I can say it the right way, a lot of times when people see like black guys with the guns, they don't realize that you can carry the gun like that.
No.
You know, yeah, you can. You listen, yo. I'm gonna move it further.
I know that. Yeah, what he just said right there, and what we talking about, it's the homework, man. Too many cats get the call. You get the call. You get the itinerary, and you so ready to go. You so ready to get out there in the field. You ain't done no homework. You ain't done no research. You ain't checked on the laws. You ain't checked on the venues. You ain't checked on who's the watch commander. You ain't checked on who's the sheriffs, who the chief, who the police chief in that district. You know, whose territory you walking through. It's more than, it's not just walking around with a gun calling yourself a bodyguard, man. What we do is more than that. What we do is way more than that. I've seen it time and time again. How you move like that, how you do that, how you get away with that, why you don't get patted down, why you don't get a search, why you don't do this, why you don't do that. Because I've done the research. I've already been up to the venue before I came up there with the client. I've already introduced myself. I've already talked to the owners. I've already showed them my insurance. I've already got cleared. They know what I'm carrying, how I'm carrying it, how much I'm carrying it. They know my records. They know what I do. They know how I move. And guess what? If they don't want me to move like that, I don't go. Can't tell you how many clients I've said, I'm not going. So, yeah. Then guess what? If the client's real and he values what you do, he values your worth, he ain't going. If he can't go, I can't go. That's power. That's how you move with power. That's why when you see Tank, you know Tank got a gun. That's why. Because the places I can't have it, I ain't going. It's that simple. It's that simple. Do your research, man. Do your study. Do your work. Read the laws. What can you do? What can't you do? Where can you go? Where can't you go? Who's running what? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Go make your introductions. Go introduce yourself. Rest in peace, Black Bo. That's one of the men who taught me, introduce yourself. Don't be the nigga standing in the corner, mad dogging, eyeballing everybody on the other side. Introduce yourself. You got 2 times to look at me. On the third, we need an introduction. Because what are you looking at? We need an introduction. What's your name? So I'm going to tell you my name. I'll be damned if I let another man just stare at me all night. Not happening. Introduce yourself. Goddamn, you got all these gangsters scared of their own shadow. Scared to move by themselves. Scared to go somewhere by themselves. Go introduce yourself, man. These are black people. These are black men. Introduce yourself. Don't be afraid of your own people. Don't be afraid to be around your own people. Or stay home if you're scared. Don't go. It's that simple. But we got to get better, man. Like I said earlier, the laws are changing. The mood is changing. Everything's changing. You're going to have to evolve and change with it. We talked about some stories tonight, and those days are gone. The stuff we used to do, we can't do no more. Stuff we got away with it, we can't get away with no more. Don't even try to attempt it. You're going to have to be so far ahead of the game now in order to compete and survive. Excuse me. In order to make it, you're going to have to be so far ahead of the game. Because if not, you're just going to be, right? You're going to be food. Simple as that. If you're just out here getting a gig because you need a gig, and, be smart enough to say, if I'm going to work in this business, if I'm going to do this, let me get in contact with people who know how to do it. Love yourself and love your family enough to say, if I'm going to decide to do this, let me contact some people who know how to do it. Let me get some mentorship. Let me get some knowledge. And let me be willing to pay for it. Let me be willing to pay for it. When I started in this business, I worked for free. When I started in this business, I apprenticed. I was an apprentice. See, in the union, they got apprenticeships and then they got journeymen. You have to apprentice for a certain time period. That means you made less money. That means you did all the grunt work before you can move up. This business is the same way. Whether or not you see it or not, or whether or not it's done or not, it's the same way. Especially if you want to be one of us. If you want to be one of us, you're going to have to apprentice. If you want to be one of us, you're going to have to be mentored and brought up in a way that you can prove yourself and represent us. Because if you just want to check, and if you just want to make $100 a day, you can do that somewhere else. You can do that for somebody else. You're talking about an elite level. You're talking about a level where men are working for top tier clientele. People worth millions and millions of dollars. A couple of them worth $1 billion. So take that for what it is, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I hope you got some real information and stuff you can take with you. I'm going to go home and eat and enjoy myself. So we'll close like we always do. With all due honor and praise to the Most High, I worship thee through the divine image of my wives. Amen. And good night.